endless summer rooms, UOAP Lounge, and more on episode 327 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Hello everybody and welcome to this edition of the show. I'm here of course, Tracy, and with me tonight I have Lee.
Hello everyone.
I have Darren.
What's up, Internet?
And I have Chris.
Hey guys.
How is everybody?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Back for my many murder cases.
Oh yeah.
Did you get away with it?
Yes. They never guess that it's going to be a person on the jury that actually committed the crime.
It's a Shyamalan plot twist.
Yeah.
Easy for you to say, Chris.
I would like to say though, Darren, that I got a notification through LinkedIn today that it is the 7th anniversary of your joining the show this very day as we record.
Wow.
Happy anniversary.
Happy
Wow,
birthday.
thank you.
Yeah.
No, we haven't got there yet, Chris.
I know.
Congrats, man. That's awesome.
7 years. Huh. How long have you guys been doing it?
Just over 7 years.
About 2 weeks, I think.
May, June, July,
7.5
August,
years.
September, October, November. 7 years and 7 months, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chris, you're just coming up to your 1 year anniversary.
Yes. I'm going to cut some cake.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
That's-
next
I
year
have
that
no
means I
cake.
start 4 weeks of vacation here from the UOP.
You mean over in the UK? You get to come over here?
Yeah.
Room and board included.
The bonus,
Yeah,
I hope.
of
Yeah.
course.
Waiting for it. Join the Producers Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are still accepting members. Although you'll need to let Chris know because the key rings have all been cut.
Although this late in the day, we're going to charge double.
Yeah.
Admin. Right. Okay, let's get on with the show. So, exciting news first.
For us, not for
Right.
anybody else.
Well, I don't know. Some people might be excited.
Yeah, I think people are into it.
Yeah. We have finally got our trip next year booked.
Just the flights, though, at this point.
Well, that's, at the moment, that's all we need. I don't care. I will sleep on a bench. We are now officially coming out.
God, it's just
October
it's
next
just
year.
dawned on me that at this point we now sit and doing the podcast with a trip booked. In fact, Tracy and I had a conversation over the weekend when we booked the flights that it is, in all possibility, we could be sat in about 4 months' time with 3 trips to Orlando
Yeah.
booked.
Wow.
3
Change of
countdowns?
I'm not quite sure where the money's coming from just yet, but there you go. But thanks everyone who kicked in at the GoFundMe, actually,
Yes.
because that's funding quite a lot of this trip, actually.
Yeah. And of course, you know, we're coming out to do the weekend. That's the reason for this trip. So we now have that date.
Yes, the
Then-
event page is up on the Facebook page.
Yes.
Actually, if you go on it and click events, you can register interest in any sort of
Yeah.
news that's going to be coming out about it. Will be, and I forgot about that. Good
Yeah.
point.
And that, and we can bandy ideas around as well. See, because we might come up with things to do, and everybody might go, "Well, that's lame."
Like
you
all
know,
of it. We just want to drink and get Lee drunk and ride Men in Black with him and watch him throw up.
what the spinny bit?
That's half the
Make him
trip
do
right there.
karaoke.
I think if we all chip in a few cents between us, that'll be enough money to get you drunk.
Look, if you want to see me drunk and throw up, just get me a few drinks and chuck me on Stormforce.
I don't think you'd need the drinks.
One
No, that's probably
drink
true.
of Fat Tuesdays and you're done.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah. So yes, we are coming out, and we're very excited.
I am now. Actually, it's just dawned on me.
Yeah. Awesome. Right, I don't like this next bit. I don't like what you've done here.
I had to.
Chris,
Switch up.
I know. Chris, would you like to do the Producers Club birthdays for us,
It
please?
would be my honor.
Ooh.
So we have 2 birthdays. So the first one we have is Michael C. Santos on November the 24th. Happy birthday, Michael.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
And this second one here, he's a little mischievous, but we like him. Ian Kaufman, December 1st.
Oh?
Yay, happy birthday. He's my
Happy
reptile
birthday.
bro.
Happy birthday.
He used us as his platform to move on to bigger and better things. Now he's dumped us for another podcast.
You leave him alone.
I'll give him a plug. What is it called? Theme Park Stop with our
Yes.
other friend Alicia.
Yes.
Awesome.
Cool. Happy birthday.
And don't forget, he does Rustwood Apparel as well.
Yes.
Fantastic t-shirts.
How many more plugs?
Boom.
Why not?
Yeah. Come on.
They're not free,
No
you
more
know, by
hookups
the way.
for you. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We'll be sending the bill.
Hey, you sent us t-shirts. I think you're all right.
Mail.com.
Is that all the birthdays?
Oh, yeah. That's
All
all
right.
birthday.
Okay. Right,
She's not used to not having him in front of him and not knowing it's finished. She's like, what's going on?
Well, no, happy birthday, everybody. I
Yes.
hope you all celebrate wonderfully. I won't mention cake. Oh, I did. Right. While I get over the shock of not doing the birthdays, let's have a Little Things with Seth.
Hi, everyone. This is Seth Kabursky, and I hope you're hungry because for Thanksgiving week, I've got a big new food-focused edition of all the little things that are new around the Universal Orlando Resort. Let's kick off with a few little attraction notes. Fear Factor Live reopened at Universal Studios Florida on November 16th.
Why?
So any hopes that you might have had of that show being replaced with a new ride will have to be put off for now. Universal's Cinematic Celebration Nighttime Lagoon Show also has returned with a few new tweaks. The video has gotten a few edits, and the pyro has been enhanced. And even though Halloween Horror Nights is over for this year, the 1980s arcade games that were in the Universal Studios store for the event have been kept. They've been relocated to the arcades in Islands of Adventure's Marvel Superhero Island and Universal Studios Florida's New York. Okay, let's move on to the food news that I promised you. In Universal Studios Florida, the bar area in Finnegan's is currently getting a refurbishment. I'm not sure yet exactly what's being done or how long it will last, but there are some construction walls up in the area. Also, right outside Finnegan's in the streets of New York, the red cart that was selling canned craft beer is now selling the fudge-dipped waffles that were popular during Halloween Horror Nights.
My God, yes, I need one of
Hopping
them.
over to Islands of Adventure, happy to report that Honk Honkers is once again selling custom cotton candy.
Good.
Also in Seuss Landing, the marquee atop the Green Eggs and Ham restaurant is once again rotating after many years of being still. Now, don't necessarily take this as a sign that the restaurant will reopen. Just between you and me, I hear they were doing a little bit of work inside the restaurant and rediscovered the switch that controls the power to the sign. It was
what does
never
this
actually
do?
broken after all.
It's hard to
Over
go.
in Jurassic Park, the beer stand near Thunder Falls Terrace is temporarily behind construction walls and has received a new roof. The new stand near that I reported on earlier is still sitting empty. And the Burger Digs restaurant inside the Jurassic Park Discovery Center is now selling a chicken and avocado sandwich. That's chicken, CHIK''N, which is a vegan alternative meat substitute. I gave it a try, and while the texture was surprisingly close to actual chicken,
Jade.
the seasoning and temperature left a lot to be desired. However, if you are a vegan or vegetarian, it is another option for you to eat in the park other than salad. Outside the parks, the Lone Palm Airport Bar, outside of Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville in City Walk, is currently under renovation. You can still order drinks and snacks at the Margarita Bar outside of Jimmy Buffett's on the other side of the pathway, and a waitress will deliver them over to you at the tables around the Lone Palm area. And I'm sorry to report that some changes have been made at Bar 17 Bistro on the
darn.
roof of the Aventura Hotel. The annual pass discount is now offered only on food and not alcohol. And the kitchen now closes at 9:45 p.m. So if you want to get some of those bao, make sure you get there early. This is Seth Kabursky from the Unofficial Guides, Touring Plans, Orlando Weekly, and Attractions Magazine, wishing you a happy holidays, and I'll see you again soon with more little things from around Universal Orlando Resort.
Talk about making a bad thing worse.
The button in Green Eggs and Ham's hilarious. I think
That's funny.
it's a struggle to call it a restaurant, mind, but anyway.
What's this? Click.
It should be open. It should be open.
It should be. You know.
Yeah.
So this chicken.
Yeah, you
thing.
know, we've seen Tim
Yeah.
Tracker talking about
Yeah,
it.
but what's the flaming obsession with putting avocado on everything? It's like soap. It's vile.
That's what Darren said. Very, very millennial.
I mean, even our millennial upstairs doesn't like it.
I'm assuming you could ask
gross.
him without.
I love avocado though. I
Weirdo.
have no problem with it.
You can have mine.
It doesn't taste of anything.
It does.
to
It
me.
tastes of soap. I like it as guacamole, but that's it.
What kind of avocados you guys have over there?
Is there different ones, like soap ones?
Like-
They're made of soap.
Yeah. Yeah, they're great in the shower.
Well, they don't really last, getting shipped all the way over to the UK, so they store them in soap.
Yeah.
Kind of explains everything.
It could be something to do with the shipping that they taste vile over here.
But you've
Well, do you like cilantro?
take that as a
Does
no.
that taste like
It's
soap?
delicious. No, it just tastes like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think cilantro tastes like soap.
I don't know. I don't eat enough to tell you that. I'd
So-
rather eat soap.
I love the way she doesn't go, I don't eat enough soap to know whether it tastes of soap.
I eat soap. I just don't eat cilantro. No.
Every year when I watch A Christmas Story, I always just eat a bar of soap.
I was listening back to that. I'm just mouthing at Tracy all these new places I've got to sample drinks when I get over there.
Which means all these new places
man.
I've got to sample drinks because now I can go drinking.
So we apologize in advance if Lee says anything to offend anyone.
That's
We'll
before
try
he's
to
had a
rein it
drink.
in as much as we can.
You'll be out by noon. Early park entry.
It's okay. We'll wash his mouth out with a bar of avocado.
Oh, man. I'm looking
We'll have a
forward
new
to this
hashtag.
trip, but it might be bad.
We'll see.
I might not be allowed in
Word of
America
son.
again.
Yeah.
This will literally be the first time I've entered America while drinking.
Why are you drinking on the flight?
No, you know what I mean?
You're going to be stood in
I might
the
be.
airport waiting to go through immigration with the
It'll make an hour's immigration a lot less painful.
painless. So, Darren, I believe you have a SPEW for us.
Yes, I do. It says, "Hello, UOAP.
Good start.
I wanted to let you know about an experience we had recently that was terrible, but a Universal team member was able to turn things around. At the end of August, we decided to celebrate my best friend Brittany's birthday with a stay at Cabana Bay for a few nights. The day we were to check in, we decided to hit the parks early before check-in time. We are annual pass holders, so we visit Universal frequently without any issues. We pulled up to the parking attendant as usual, gave her ID, pass holder card, and disability placard, as they usually do. My husband is disabled. The parking attendant looks at us and asks who's disabled. I don't think they're supposed to do that. My husband says, I am. She pauses, looks at us, and says, well, you look very healthy to me.
Oh, what?
Uh-oh.
He let her know that he wasn't, and she still insisted that he looked healthy to her. This back and forth goes on for a few minutes until he finally lifts his shirt to show her his surgery scars front and back. Then she finally gives us our things back, and we go to the park. At this point, I'm fuming, mostly because my husband is the type who lets most things roll off his back, and I
Yeah.
could see how upset, embarrassed, and saddened he was by all this. I decided I'm definitely going to get services. We head to guest services in Islands of Adventure, where we met Hannah from Los Angeles. I was so impressed by her. I felt like she really listened to our story and displayed empathy. She was so very sweet to us and got management involved right away. After everything was documented, she went and spoke with her manager again. We weren't expecting anything, but she wanted to give us express passes and a gift card for a meal on Universal.
Awesome.
I feel like Hannah and Universal went above and beyond to correct a bad situation, and we were all very appreciative. We love your podcast and listen every week. Keep up the great work. Lots of love, Jack. That's messed up, though.
That really is. That's terrible.
It must be annoying.
I'm angry.
It's one of those situations where you can't let one bad apple kind of spoil the bunch, but it does. I mean, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But this
Asking somebody that.
yeah, this woman was not gonna accept. Well, wasn't gonna take their word, was she? Until he lifted his shirt. That's humiliating.
Yeah.
You know what would have
That's
happened if he didn't have a scar to show or something like that?
Yeah, and we're in a state where like you can't ask a person
No?
if it's an animal that they have is a service dog or not.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So to think that you could ask somebody if their disability placard is authentic and who in the car is disabled, that's just insane.
No, that's not right.
And that's, let's be honest, guest services is probably one of the hardest jobs in theme parks.
Absolutely.
And it's bad enough normally, but when you're having to deal with things that your co-workers are creating
Yeah.
she must have been sat in her little booth going, oh my God, I should not be having to deal with this. Someone needs to get their ass kicked.
Yeah. But
Wow.
It sounds like they did a good job at making sure that they had that their day was improved after that bad start. So
Because that's the thing.
Really nice.
First thing in the morning, that's potentially going to taint the rest of your
It
day.
would.
mm-hmm. Certainly.
Yeah, hopefully they got the name of the person who was doing that and just gives them some better training
Yeah.
at being a human.
Yeah, right.
Chris is settled
That
in.
was good. I like that one. That was very subtle.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it had a happy ending in the end.
Definitely.
So yeah, if you have a SPEW to send us, not a bucket of, what is it, Lee?
The Society for the Promotion of Employee Well-Adons.
That's correct. If you have one of those, jot it down in a little email for us and send that to podcast@uuopodcast.com, please, because we like to hear them.
Yes.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. I have some news about holidays.
I've got one on Friday.
They have begun. So let's see what Universal have to say about it. I'm assuming this is Universal's words.
Some of it is, some of it isn't.
Okay, right. I'm just going for it. Okay, merry, mischief and thrills all combine as Universal Orlando Resort unwrapped its annual holiday celebration, and that began on November the 17th. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter is already one of the most immersive theme park experiences ever created, and now for the holidays it will once again transform into a Wizarding Wonderland with themed decorations, garlands, and lights throughout the streets of Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. Now, we've seen in previous years how stunning that is anyway, so
Yeah.
we haven't really seen anything much of this yet, have we? We saw a little
We
bit
watched
on
Tim Tracker's
on
thing.
Tim
It doesn't
Tracker,
look
but it
like
wasn't.
it's changed an awful
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. And our guests can enjoy special holiday-themed performances by the Frog Choir and Celestina Warbeck and the Banshees, which I was reading today. Somebody had been to see, I think it might be Marine actually, and she was saying she's singing holiday-themed songs.
Did last year.
So I know, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I actually found something out. So yes. So there will also be seasonal food and beverages, including hot butterbeer. There you go, Lee.
It's not going to be there when we come over next year. I'm gutted.
Just leave your cold butterbeer out in the sun for a bit. Hot butterbeer.
Or the Grinch voodoo donuts. They won't be on either.
I'm ignoring that. That's not true. So
I
as
can go get you one now and save it for
Let's stick it in the freezer till next year.
might have a few teeth
Yes.
marks in it.
the freezer. I think it should be fine, right?
Don't make
Tastes like
promises.
avocados.
Don't upset
Oh,
me.
you see, that's what they should do.
Oh, so it's like a trick or treat.
Yeah,
thing.
so
like
it's
every once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Ugh.
Bertie Bott's every flavoured donut.
Oh, that'd be good.
I thought you said dirty bots there. That was making me laugh. From now on, that's what I'm going to call them. Sorry, I've tickled myself there. Don't make me laugh.
No, you made yourself laugh.
I know, but now you're all laughing as well. Right, back to this. As night falls, guests will again revel.
Revel?
I'm thinking of Bolero.
Revolt. Yes, we'll revolt nightly.
Yes.
Probably will.
As night falls, guests will again revel in a dazzling projection of holiday spirit as Christmas moments inspired by the Wizarding World come to light on What has happened? Come to life on Hogwarts Castle for the magic of Christmas at Hogwarts Castle.
Which looks awesome.
It does.
If by revel you mean be packed in so tightly that
Yes.
every once in a while one person pops off like a firework.
That is a true statement.
Yeah.
Universal's holiday parade featuring Macy's at Universal Studios Florida will combine merry and mayhem as Santa Claus, the Minions, and other beloved characters from Illumination's Despicable Me, Shrek, and Madagascar take take to the streets for Universal's holiday parade featuring Macy's, and this includes more than 30 larger-than-life balloons and floats, hundreds of performers, and more. What's the more?
You've watched some of
You
it.
have to go to get them all. Guests may also get the opportunity to dance and interact with some of the characters during special appearances prior to the parade.
And I'm assuming they're still doing balloon handling. Darren's claim to fame.
Yeah,
I would
think
imagine
so.
so.
It looked like it because when we watched Tim Tracker's video, there was like a guy in front of the balloon handlers, sort of.
Guiding them and, yeah.
Yeah, so I assume.
Well, there always is.
So is that
Each balloon has a pilot every time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So is that a balloon handler wrangler?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. I like that title. At Islands of Adventure, guests can enjoy Grinchmas Holiday Spectacular. Not me. A live retelling of Dr. Seuss's holiday classic starring the Mean Green One and special appearances by the Merry Who's from Whoville throughout Zeus Landing. Guests may also join the Grinch and his friends at Circus McGurk's Cafe Stupendous for a separately ticketed breakfast on selected dates, hopefully edible. Tickets for this festive breakfast are now available.
Darren, you did that a couple of years ago with Nina, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was it any
It was.
good?
I don't know. It was okay.
Is
but
the food
you know,
okay?
I haven't really done other character breakfast. Yeah, it was fine. It was a theme park breakfast.
Oh, so it's crap then.
Yeah, basically. It was actually I will say it was surprisingly good.
Okay.
Like they had like seasoned potatoes and like the I remember the eggs being like way better than you typically would get at the park, even though they were just like your scrambled eggs in a
Yeah.
like a
That
bin
dried
kind of
powder
thing.
crap.
Did they do any like green eggs and ham?
I think yes, they did. That was one of the
Ah.
options you could have got, but I did not get that. No, sir.
So obviously they cook the food outside of the Circus
They must
McGurk's
do.
kitchen. Yeah. And finally, the best-selling holiday artist of all time, Mannheim Steamroller, returns to Universal Studios Florida to fill the air with the sounds of the season. And guests can take in live concerts at the Music Plaza stage on the following nights, November 17th, 18th, 24th and 25th, and then December 1st, 2nd, 8th, 9th, 15th and 16th. And I have today seen a little snippet of Summer singing with them, and her voice is stunning. I could listen to her sing festive songs all day long. She's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
One day I'll get to see her in person doing it.
Chris, are you heading up for the holidays this year?
Yep, we're shooting for it sometime in December.
Good.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be doing all that fun stuff.
Malarkey.
Yeah.
There's something we need to broach that
Oh.
seems to have been doing the rounds on social media.
Right.
What's that?
It's true. It's true. I've suspended my annual pass for a while.
It wasn't that, Darren, but anyway. The new Looking Grinch that they seem to have rolled out this year, which seems to
yeah.
be kind of a mix of the new animated Grinch, the look of, but still acting like the Jim Carrey Grinch. It's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
It's not
Yeah.
good. And this new costume, it looks like an old teddy bear.
Well, it looks like the Grinch from the new film, which is fair enough. If you're going to go that way, go that way. But then to still have him act like the Jim Carrey Grinch just doesn't make sense.
It looks like the
But
new
I'd be
Grinch.
heartbroken if he took away the other, like the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah.
I agree, but it's just weird.
It looks like the new Grinch from the animation. It's the wrong colour. It's the colour of the live action Grinch.
And the face. I mean, the face kind of matches the Jim Carrey one
Yeah.
a little
Didn't
bit.
they
Not
add,
anymore.
Like, fur? Like he has like more hair, or
No,
Less.
less.
got,
He's
like-
been shaved.
He's got like
His holiday shave.
a teddy bear kind of
Yeah,
like
it's like cheap fake, like the cheap fake fur that you get. It's
yeah,
awful.
but he doesn't have like hair like he used to. Which
No.
I think like
It
kinda looked
looks-
mean. I think it looked better.
Yeah, it looks more like the normal everyday meet and greet Grinch. But
No,
with,
that one's
like-
better.
No, but look, I'm saying more
yeah,
than
but-
like the Grinch that they rolled out every
Yeah, but-
previous year.
This one, I was looking, and it looks like he's pulled a pair of trousers on.
Well, he does.
I know he does, but it looks like he's pulled a pair of trousers on, and it looks like a bloke in a suit.
This definitely looks easier to put on and maintain.
Yeah, I mean, I always complained that the other Grinch, the hair was too long.
Yeah, it's too shaggy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But there's something not right about this one. It's
No,
not my beloved Grinch.
It looks odd. It's like they haven't committed to one or the other.
The face shape's wrong as well. It's too round.
Well, speaking of that, meet and greet breakfast thing that I did, Grinch had to leave like every 10 minutes or so and go out and get his makeup retouched again and come back in because, like appliances were sliding and stuff like that. So maybe it had something to do with that.
Maybe.
Like the complexity of the prosthetics and things like that, dealing with the crowd.
Maybe.
But, I mean, that doesn't really, it doesn't really explain why the show would be different, but
it'd be funny if the Grinch like makes fun of himself with the costume change. That'd be pretty awesome.
What I do? Get a perm?
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like everything else, so we'll get used to it.
Oh, of course you will.
But we don't like change with the things that we absolutely adore.
Or maybe this is a transition, like they're just holding off and waiting to see how successful this new Grinch is, and then next year maybe it's totally changed to that one.
As long as it's not
and you've got a more like walk around park kind of Grinch looking guy,
The thing is, I think when you look at it, like they own, isn't Illumination part of Universal? So they'll have no licensing issues as far as using that Grinch and stuff. Whereas I assume they will have. Not actually sure who the Jim Carrey one's under actually, but it'll be fully owned at that point. I mean, we had issues watching the film. I quite enjoyed it. You were, yeah.
I need to see it again, but I went in. Everybody knows how much of a Grinch fan I am. I went in with huge expectations.
I enjoyed it.
It hit the mark in some places. It missed the mark in others, but I'm never going to be fully pleased. But as I say, I need to see it again. It's not that I've gone, I'll never watch that again. So, anyway, right. Yes, let's have...
That's Christmas.
Pardon?
That's Christmas. That's about as much as Christmas as we're going to touch on the show. Done. Finished.
What?
Exactly.
Is this so I can't moan that I'm not going to be there at Christmas?
Yeah.
Fine. Let's have an advert then. Mouse and Muggle while I beat you up.
Hey you, that's right, you. Doesn't listening to the crew at UOAP every week make you wish that you were actually at Universal Orlando Resort? Well, stop wishing and start doing. Mouse and Muggle Travel Company is the perfect place to begin. Their team of concierge-level travel planners will help you every step of the way. From finding the right fit for your family and budget to customized itineraries and insider tips. They can handle it all. Even if a hiccup that is up to no good arises during your trip, Mouse and Muggle Travel Company will manage the mischief for you. And for you muggles who also love the mouse, their team of experts specialize in Disney destinations too. And the best part of all, their services are free to you. So, if you're ready to plan your next Disney or Universal vacation, let Mouse and Muggle Travel Company do all the work for you. Just go to mouseandmuggle.com and fill out a no-obligation quote request. Or send an email to info@mouseandmuggle.com. It's that simple. So what are you waiting for? Just raise your wand and repeat after me. Accio, phone. Didn't work? Muggles. Here, try some pixie dust instead. And remember, whether you're a mouse or a muggle, Mouse and Muggle Travel Company can help make your next vacation simply magical.
Welcome back, and Darren, we'll head straight over to you because I believe you have some information on the Passholder Lounge opening.
Yes, Universal Orlando have answered fans and opened a new lounge exclusive to Universal Orlando annual pass holders at Universal Studios Florida. So you can just flash your annual or seasonal pass and you'll find yourself kicking back and relaxing in the cool AC with an ice cold Coca-Cola. Guess who the sponsor is?
Pepsi.
No. Presented by Coca-Cola, the lounge contains an Arctic Coke cooler. Here you can take a break from the excitement of the parks and cool off with refreshing soft drinks. The Arctic Coke cooler crystallizes select 20-ounce bottles of Coca-Cola for even cooler, crispier, ice-cold refreshment. Beverages are available for purchase while supplies last for the Arctic Coke. Will last for the Arctic Coke cooler.
Easy for you to say.
Easy to say. Charging stations. If your phone battery is low from taking photos in the park, you can swing by and power them up with the charging stations. The lounge also contains free packets of sea salt and cracked pepper chips and oats and honey granola bars. The lounge is scheduled to be only a temporary thing, but our good friend Alicia says team members expect it to become permanent. It's open from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Of course, can't have it open early in the morning or late in the afternoon because this is Universal.
Yeah. And I was talking to Alicia about it, and she thinks this is just a test to see how popular it is, and then eventually it will become a permanent thing. It does. If you look at it, it doesn't look temporary.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Whereabouts is it located? Because I was looking.
I'm trying to remember.
Well, no,
Is it
we're
like
not
the-
going to tell anybody.
It's
You gotta
just
go to the
along
Is it in the plaza?
from Schwab's. It's the old.
Oh yes.
I can't think what the building was called.
Yeah, it was.
Beep that out on the show.
Yeah, we should do it. It'd be funny.
Yeah, because you're going in and on, and it was a store, wasn't it?
Yes, but I can't remember what it was called. How
No.
bad?
Sunglass. It was Sun Styles or something. Studio
Studio
Styles.
Styles.
Right,
That's the one.
yes.
Yes. Well remembered.
I remembered one.
Yay.
I can't remember the actual stores that are still there right now, but
It was even a conversation that Darren and I had, as he said earlier. He's suspended his annual pass. It's like, this will make me go up before my pass runs out. And I said, yep, if you go in there and make sure you get the last however many days or months of your annual pass left back in chips and granola bars.
Even though they've picked
Yeah,
the most
that's
boring
right.
flavours for both, but it's free. Anything tastes good, and it's not anything.
The
but
thing
most
is,
things taste
again,
good and they're free.
It's not something they have to do.
No.
No.
It is nice to have a place where you're going to be able to go and sit and just chill out and be in an air-conditioned place without the rest of the unwashed masses.
yeah, it's like the American Express lounge that they already have there that I got into one time on accident.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have like signed up for the your American Express there at the park or whatever to get access to it, but I had one and they let me in anyway. So, but it would sound almost exactly the same, but this one sounds nicer. And then you've got the sodas for purchase and that kind of thing. So
I wonder if the sodas are discounted then.
I wonder if you get an annual pass holder discount.
Pass holder.
Yeah, probably annual pass discount. I'd hope that would be really.
If
weird,
not,
wouldn't it?
that's a bit of a take. Like.
But you get to freeze it.
I do want to try those frozen ones. That
Yeah.
sounds good.
Chris, you need to go, do it, and report back. That is
I
your
will.
next mission, Chris. Next time you're there,
Drink soda.
I'll pay
Got
for
it.
your bottle. I'll pay for you for a bottle of Coke and go and freeze it and take a little video and then do a little report.
Done and done.
Awesome.
Yes.
And
All right.
I am considering buying Tracy and I annual passes before we come out next year. So if it's still open, we might even get to try it out ourselves.
Just
There
for
you go.
this. Wow.
We're starting to sound like the 1%ers here, aren't we?
Yeah, right.
Well, it was about bloody time.
Trips to Universal without kids, RIP tours, frozen Cokes and annual pass holder lounges.
No
Now to live,
unwashed
don't we?
masses.
That's that podcast money.
It's a fame. It's going to our heads.
Oh, man.
Oh, dear.
Another cool thing about this is that the characters that do meet and
Yes.
greets around Hollywood have all stopped in there like every day, and met with the pass holders that were chilling out there. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I think when Alicia was in there was Marilyn and
Oh, yeah.
Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those pictures was so funny. Like Lucy's like slumped down in the chair. Like,
Oh, it's brilliant. Brilliant.
Fantastic.
yeah, they're like just like acting like they're on break, and you're in their break room.
Yeah.
I like it.
The
Awesome.
Scooby Doo and the gang went in there. So that's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I like it.
Yeah, it's something I think it's again, we've talked about it on the show before that all you ever hear from Disney annual pass holders now is that they're constantly taking things away. Yet Universal seem to be giving more and more. You look, they've now got their exclusive pass holder lounge. They're doing the deal now that if you buy and activate before April next year, depending on what pass you get 3 months or 6 months extra. So they're giving more benefits to their annual passes every year, because I think they finally realised how many annual pass holders they have. Sorry, Darren.
They are. Well, they're pushing really hard too, and they're going at a time when, other parks in Florida, have 5 rides open and are charging now the same prices as, the Magic Kingdom. I'm talking about Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, we know.
It's pretty crazy. So they're like, they're going the other way on that, and definitely offering a lot more for nothing extra. And on top of that, the extra 6 months. I'm sure you guys talked about that. Last week, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, extra 6 months on an annual pass at a time when, annual passes are just going up across the board. For them to offer something like that is crazy. So
Yeah,
benefits all around
right now.
Cool.
Cool. Right, Chris, over to you for Endless Summer information.
All right, so Endless Summer Rooms. Last week, Universal Orlando Resort provided a first look at the guest rooms inside its newest and 7th hotel, Universal's Endless Summer Resort, Surfside Inn Suites, with a grand opening of summer 2019. From the vibrant color scheme to the warm wood tones, guests will step into the free-spirited lifestyle of surf culture at Universal Orlando's first ever value category hotel. Surfside Inn Suites will include 750 guest rooms and 2-bedroom suites, all boasting bright and beachy design elements. The 2-bedroom suites sleep up to 6 and include 3 queen-size beds. It's pretty cool. A separate bedroom and a kitchenette area, making them the perfect home base for Orlando family vacations. As soon as you step into your room, you'll see the beach vibe everywhere. The vibrant design features remind me of being inside the barrel of a wave surrounded by cool blue waters.
Yeah, does this
really
nice,
you do that a lot?
I do that every weekend.
Yeah, in City Walk.
Yes. Yeah.
In Miami, where they're known for their swells.
Surf culture here is huge. Details like full-sized surfboards, colorful artwork, bright pinstripe rug runners, and tie-dye curtains will make the perfect retreat for families. There's also a beachy picnic table and kitchenette area, which is the perfect space for the whole family to hang out and eat yummy pizza. Emphasis on yummy. They will have spacious bathrooms with 2 sinks and a separate shower area. The entire family can get ready quickly and hit the parks in time for early park admission. We now await details of its sister hotel, the Dockside Inn Suites.
These actually look really nice.
They do.
I'm not going to lie, they look awesome.
They do.
Yeah.
I love the artwork.
Yeah.
Like watercolor style. I love the tie-dyed curtains.
Yeah, it like screams like Florida beaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, slightly nicer looking than the Cabana Bay rooms.
Yeah, well, we're considering staying here when we come over in 2020.
Right.
Doesn't look bad.
But when
Apparently
they're...
we're considering it.
Well, yes, because
mentioned
the
in
prices that...
No, but yes.
The prices they're advertising aren't what it is. So when we're looking for, I think it's the middle of February for a week, it was like $160 a night, which to me, for a value on
That
our
is not
drive,
value.
is expensive.
Yeah.
It's like Disney value.
Mm.
That's during the week?
That was Saturday to Saturday.
Oh.
So that seemed quite expensive when we can go and stay at, all right, it's not Universal, it's not brand new, but the Enclave where we usually
Which
stay
we
down
really
the
like.
road, and I can get it for about $78 a night for a 2-bedroomed apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know at this point. I mean, it does look lovely.
It does.
I don't know whether it's double the price of a hotel room down the road. Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking and seeing issues for us as a family. This is February you're thinking of, though.
Right? Yeah,
Yes.
there'll only be 3 of us.
I was going to say, because if there was like the 4 of us, there'd be problems. The only thing is there a blind that pulls down behind that curtain? Because
Yeah, they don't block a lot of light, do they?
yeah, I like dark
get up
rooms. Yeah,
Well, they've heard how popular the floor-to-ceiling windows at Aventura are for the exhibitionists that Darren saw when he was there. That they've added it to these rooms as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
You also need light for your yummy pizza, so.
It looks absolutely gorgeous. However, I do have a reservation
Have you? Well, I haven't booked yet.
Over so much white.
Yes.
Because white gets grubby.
Yes.
Obviously, I found this out after we had children.
Especially in family suites.
Yeah, white gets grubby very quickly. That's my only reservation. It's not a negative. It's just it's just extra work for the for the housekeeping staff as well.
If them rooms in 6 months' time to still look that good, it's going to take some upkeep.
Yeah. Oh, and one little thing, pinstripe does not mean what they think it means. That is not a pinstriped rug. If you want to know pinstripe, go and watch the suit. Go and watch Kingsman and look at the suits. That's a pinstripe. Pinstripe is a very fine stripe. Sorry, that's just the seamstress in me.
Yeah, that's just a multicolour rug.
That's just a striped rug, which is lovely, but not pinstriped.
No, I like the look of it. I think they look nice.
Everything's bigger in the US, so.
I do like the little picnic table in the kitchenette thing and stuff. They look lovely.
I like the bedside table, like a little mini steamer trunk type thing.
Yeah, and like a extra sink out there, like a third sink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a fun place. I mean, I'd like to stay here when I stay on the beach sometimes. That'd be cool.
They've definitely, I think, for a lot of families coming over from the UK who can't afford to stay on site but still kind of want those perks from Universal for a little bit cheaper, it will definitely, they'll have no trouble filling it, put it that way.
No, it looks really nice.
I'm just tight.
No, but the other thing I'm thinking of, because you said how much it was, $160?
I think it was $159 a night when I was looking.
That was for the suites?
I assume I would have looked at the suites, yeah.
Yeah, I would hope so. If that's just for a small room, that's very expensive.
The other thing, like Cabana Bay, I've seen suites go like at that price and even cheaper. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, and this is
that they're charging that much.
Is February a peak time of year? Because I wouldn't assume it is.
No, it's actually down season.
Yeah, so I was expecting it to be relatively cheap.
Yeah, that's surprising.
This was this February coming?
No, 2020.
2020.
I'm just going to.
They're probably doing that whole new hotel thing. You know, like Aventura, I still think is overpriced right now compared to what it's going to be. So it's like, fresh hotel, charge more, and then it'll kind of go down a little bit.
I hope this doesn't suffer from the same thing that Aventura did, because we were all excited about it. It looked amazing. The concept art for the rooms looked amazing. I mean, I know this is actual photographs. But then, of course, it's opened and people have been a bit less than impressed, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's been a bit of a disappointment.
A value or something else?
I would, yeah.
I would say it's a value, yeah.
No, it's not. I think it's on the same level as Cabana Bay.
What perks does it have?
The same as Cabana Bay.
What perks does Cabana Bay have?
The same as Aventura.
I knew you were going to do that.
Same as Sapphire Falls.
Everything apart
Shut up, stop joining you.
Everything apart from Express, basically. So all the perks you get at any of the hotels, but not Express. That's only Royal Pacific, Portofino, and Hard Rock. So early park entry, all that sort of garbage.
If I'm staying on site, I want Express.
Yeah, but it's an option when you're looking at.
But it is, yeah.
Like Royal Pacific's like $300 and odd a night. Then yeah, you can understand why people can't afford coming over from the UK going for a fortnight. That you're not going to be able to afford that for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I like the look of it.
I think if it comes in
affordable, I want to stay.
Is the ceiling blue, or is it just the way the light's diffused? Because it looks blue in some areas and white in others.
That's interesting. They're now, sorry, Tracy, they're now telling me that it's too far out and I can't get prices for it. Well, that's not what they said the other day. Is it blue? Yes, it looks blue.
I like that. It's colour on the wall and the white ceiling, isn't it?
Anyway.
I'll find more pictures.
I like them.
Yes, it looks really
the
nice.
rooms are awesome. If the price is right. Especially for pass holders in the off season, I'll stay there.
Yeah,
cool.
It has yummy pizza.
if
Chris, are you hungry?
Yeah,
I'm not hungry enough for olives and a pizza, though.
No, me either.
And do you know what? People complain about pineapple on a pizza. No. It's olives that are wrong. Right, let's have a rumour mill with Alicia.
Hi, this is Alicia Stella with news from the rumour mill. Today we're checking in on some of the smaller rumors around the resort. We're still waiting on that Volcano Bay expansion to begin. Permits were approved over the summer for an all-new land to be added to the water theme park, with at least one new ride. The permits refer to the new attraction only as a tube ride. Rumor is construction may start soon, as they've been waiting for the slow season to start, since one of the rivers may need to close temporarily to add a new walkway and bridge into the new land. At Islands of Adventure, minor work continues on what we think will be the raptor encounter moving from its current location to a spot between the River Adventure and Pizza Predatoria. I spotted some new logs and building equipment being staged behind the area, visible from the River Adventure queue. And there was that new kiosk built near Thunder Falls. Seems like things are shifting around to prepare for the movement of Raptor. Rumor is that work can start on a new roller coaster once the Raptor encounter has moved into its new location. Also at IOA, permits were filed for Project 532, which appears to be for major work on the lockers at Forbidden Journey. If what I've heard is true, the lockers will be moving outside after the holiday season. I think we'll see new rock work come in to disguise the view of the lockers as seen from the Jurassic Bridge, a popular spot to take photos of the castle. The Forbidden Journey lockers have been a disaster since opening, and this should alleviate some of the stress for guests. The Mummy saw new lockers installed recently that use your ticket rather than fingerprint, first seen with the Hulk refurbishment, and this will likely continue that trend. Gringotts is rumored to have their locker area upgraded later as well. Over at Universal Studios Florida, more permits point to the Hollywood Boulangerie getting a makeover of some sort. That's the bakery near the park entrance. I'll have more details on that later, but it seems like it will be a big change for this little cafe. And finally, the Passholder Lounge just opened at USF, as I'm sure you've already discussed. But I wanted to mention that I have heard from several sources that while the new lounge is only scheduled to be open through January, it's being referred to as a trial period. While some minor changes may be made after the trial period has ended, if it's deemed a success, I expect the lounge to remain open indefinitely. Well, at least I hope it does, because I really like relaxing in there. That's all for now. Be sure to check out the Rumor Mill articles at uulpodcast.com. We've got a new piece all about the new ride system that looks an awful lot like the upcoming Mario Kart ride. See you next time.
Alicia reached out to me just after she sent me that, actually, and she said that she'd mentioned about talking about those lockers, and she said I wanted to mention to you that since recording I found out that the old Dragon Challenge lockers, the ones they're going to be using for the new Potter coaster, have also just been updated to that new style.
Right.
Which is the ticket kind, not the thumbprint thing.
Mm-hmm.
So she's thinking that the new Forbidden Journey ones definitely will be the ticket ones now.
Cool.
Which works much better. I mean, how much hassle are those thumbprint things? They're a pain in the ass.
Especially if you haven't got any thumbs.
And just gross to touch.
Yeah,
that...
don't mention that. Just I'll never touch them ever
think
again.
of it. Yeah. Yeah. When pressed for additional information, Universal officials, said the new ride at Volcano Bay would be a tube ride where you get in there and go down it into water, and it would have a Hawaiian-sounding name like Hulukalau or something like that.
Wouldn't it be funny if it was called? We'd like to announce our new water ride. It's called Hulukalau. So I was like, I called it.
Yeah.
It was there.
And they're like, and that's what you do. You get in a tube and you go down.
And that's the noise you make when you come out the bottom of it. Hulukalau! I don't know. Look, no one can pronounce any of those water slides names. It was funny, even when we had Seth on who went to the media event, and he's like, I don't know any of these rides.
Even talk about your favorite ride.
Even Justin, who helped design that thing, when we asked him about this one or that one, he was like, I don't know what those rides are called, so I don't know what they are.
Crazy stuff.
It's been actually, has anyone kept an eye on how Volcano Bay has done this year? Chris, have you been this year?
I've been like sold out all the time, right?
As far as I know.
We were there earlier in the year. We didn't go up too often during summertime just because it gets crazy over there.
Yeah, but did it seem any sort of major changes since you went last year? Are they dealing with crowds better or the food and stuff? Did it seem like they sort of learned from the mistakes of last year?
I think the only thing that we saw different when we went was I think they added some more cabanas, and it just kind of looked a little bit more constructed, like complete.
Yeah.
Than it was then when we first started going last year. Obviously, they still had a bunch of things that they were working on, but I just minor things here and there, nothing game changing.
I know the biggest issue a lot was the whole Tapu thing and the virtual ride system. Did you feel like they've sort of got a handle on that now?
Yeah. I mean, when we went, well, if you remember from the first time when we started going, it was the times would just fluctuate like crazy.
Yeah.
And from the last time we went, I remember, it was more accurate, right? You go, you click in, you do your thing. It says this amount of time. You're going to wait about that amount of time. Didn't jump up and skyrocket another 100 minutes or anything like that. So, I mean, I just think that, after getting the data, they just kind of tweak it and make it better. So
it was that issue when they first opened, they didn't have the data to be able to do everything accurately, and then getting that first summer out the way and having all the data to be able to work it all out properly. Now it's as it should be.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see when this new part opens up.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So, right, I guess that's going to do it then. So, yep, that's been episode 327. Wow. Already.
I know.
I know. So, for Lee, Darren, Chris, and Seth, and Alicia, and myself, and Jack, this has been the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. And remember, the Weekender is coming.
Cut, print, that's a wrap for another episode of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Never miss a show by subscribing on Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating and review while you're there. Not an Apple user? You can listen on Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, or your podcatcher of choice. Email us any questions or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. Keep up with the latest news, rumors, and updates on our blog at uuopodcast.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week.